think, guys, I'm already live, but I'm not really sure. So just give me like 5 seconds for my phone to tune in as well to see if oh yes, we are there. Beautiful. So here we are, beautiful ones. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are in the world. It's another beautiful day, and this is season 2, episode 2 of the Truth Runners Talk Show, where I have the great pleasure and honor to have again as a guest Dr. Brenda Sawyer out from the USA. I'm welcoming you, Dr. Brenda.
Hi, everybody.
So, if this is the first time you are joining Truth Runners, I would love to invite you to share in the comments if you feel inclined to do so from where are you tuning in. And also, please give me the chance to introduce Dr. Brenda because she was here before, but maybe you don't know her. So I would love from you guys to know who she is. She's an amazing, wonderful woman. And the theme for today is going to be about becoming, the power of becoming. And before we dive into that, let me just say this. Dr. Brenda Sawyer, she's an inspirational speaker. She's a retired educator and international best-selling author, devoted to help Christian women move from pain to purpose. She was born in New York City, and now she's based in Philadelphia. She spent 26 years serving as an elementary school teacher before stepping fully into her calling as a mentor and spiritual guide. She's the founder and CEO of Girls Walking with Integrity Empowering for Destiny, and she's the creator of Encouraging Words for the Mind, Spirit, and Soul. As a mentoring strategist, Dr. Brenda supports women aged 45 to 65 with biblical wisdom, confidence building tools, and life changing encouragement. And this is absolutely phenomenal. So I'm really grateful to have you in the show. I think we're going to have a wonderful, inspirational conversation today, Dr. Brenda. So let's kick off this because, as I said, it's going to be about becoming, the journey of becoming of who you are. But first, I would love to ask you this morning, it's 11 a.m. East, right? How are you really, truly feeling as you step into this conversation today?
Well, I'm very happy to be here. I'm blessed and honored to be here, a guest on the Truth Runners show. It's probably the second or third time, and so I'm really appreciative and I'm very honored. I feel very excited about
I really love to have you in my show because when you share your wisdom and you just shared that it was your birthday, so I would love to wish, and please guys help me wish a happy, beautiful birthday to Dr. Brenda. Many more years ahead,
it.
and that's really, really wonderful. So
Thank you.
as we move forward, I would love to ask you, when you look back, it's quite a few years, right?
Mm,
When you look back, in time, is there a moment, or not really a moment because it's not just a moment, but a period in your life that changed everything for you?
wow. Since I retired, that's been a different change. Stepping out of the classroom into the virtual setting, into other things that I'm doing, yes, that has been a major change. It's different because it's not what I'm used to, but it's doable. And I try to make a presence on the social media platforms as much as I can. Probably not like this, but yeah, I
No,
try
but
to,
you are doing
yeah.
wonderfully because you
Yeah,
spent 26 years in the
yeah.
classroom, right? That's not
hmm
online, that's in person, and you were
hmm
there. And then
That's
from
right.
there, moving to the virtual world, online world, how was that for you? I mean, it's a transition, and me and my age as well. Sometimes I find it okay. That's something. It's moving too fast, and every day is something new. So we have to cope
Uh,
with this. Like it's a challenge for us, but yet here we are.
yes, every day is a challenge. Every day should be a challenge, really, because that's the part of your growth. I believe challenging things are a part of your growth. It will help you grow spiritually and mentally, physically, however else you want to grow in life. And I think challenge is great in its place where you can grow and mature
That's
in
true.
Christ. Yeah.
That's true, Dr. Brenda. I so agree with you because if there is no challenge, then what's the point? It's getting boring, right?
Absolutely.
So, um, was there a time in your life, okay, when you felt a little bit lost, a little bit unsure what's going on, and what was or what helped you really to keep going? And the reason why I'm asking these questions is because I am so proud, guys, and so grateful to say that Dr. Brenda, she's one of the contributing authors to the book we are doing together, right, for the Woman Rising, The Power of Becoming. And that's why I'm asking so many questions about becoming and how was that? So what happened? What was the shift? So when you felt like, okay, it's a little bit unsure, I'm not really sure what to do. What kept you going?
Well, I'm going to always have to say my faith keeps me going, even
Still.
now. Faith keeps me going. That's what does keep me going and motivated. Holding on to my faith and the
Wow.
principles that, that I'm held by. Yes.
That's true because if we don't have faith really then, but if we have faith, just a little bit, I always say if you
Yes.
have just a little faith and you keep moving forward and you keep going and just keep believing that everything, thing I realized in my life and actually I experienced it that everything can shift like in a split second really, like from one day to another. There are certain things that takes longer, it's a process, but
Yes.
sometimes it can happen really from one day to another.
Mhm.
And today you are a mentor for women, right? You teach them, you inspire them, you motivate them. Before you step onto this journey, what inner belief or pattern you had to release to become who you are, to become the mentor? Was there any belief what you had to release, or it just came naturally?
I think I'm going to say, I think it does come naturally because
Naturally.
as a child, I've always encouraged and inspired. So as I encourage myself, I pray that I'm encouraging others as well. Yes, I believe it started when I was a very young person, very young child, maybe at 5, probably. I knew that I wanted to be an educator. I knew that I wanted to just teach many, and that was just at 5 years old. And I know that some people don't really know what they're supposed to do, but I just did. Every time someone would ask me, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? And I said, I'm an educator, a teacher of many. And that's what I became. And I felt so, I mean, it wasn't for the money, but it was just basically the passion that I have to impart knowledge to others and learn also myself in the process. Hmm.
That's true. I agree with you because as we teach others, as we talk with others, we learn every single
Yes.
day or every
Hmm.
time when we speak with someone. It feels like okay, we learned something new today, right?
Yes, we
And
do.
you knowing your calling, knowing your purpose from such a young age is beautiful. Because Dr. Brenda, right? When we talk with women, we realize that many of them they really don't know. So you are
Mhm.
blessed and you are lucky that from an early age
Mhm.
you knew that you want to be an educator. You knew that you want to inspire many, right? And that's a blessing. But unfortunately, because of the upbringing, because of the circumstances, many women they don't know. They don't know who they are. They don't know what's their purpose. What would you share to them? What would you say to them?
Well, you have to, I know I did a lot of journaling, and I still do. You have to ask God what your purpose is, what He purposes for your life, what your calling is, and how to walk in that. And once you know that, it's a process. You just don't do it overnight. It doesn't come overnight. You have to, and I think you have to have that passion. There's a passion that has to be grown inside of you, that that this is what you're supposed to do. Whatever profession it is that you do it. I always say with a passion, and be that change that you want to see. Do it with a passion, because so many people are out here working and you really don't even like what they do. But find out, make a list. Find out what you love to do. What do you do the most, and what gives you the most happiness or passion, as we say again. doing what you're doing. And does it come naturally to you? It should come naturally to you, I think. And as I said, it's a process. Don't rush the process, but just and enjoy the ride. You know, we so many people are out, as I said before, are running after the money, doing what they need. I don't know about that because I don't do that. But I know that your gifts will make room for you and bring you before great men. So we all have gifts inside of us, and we just have to tap into them to find out which ones they are. And that's how I feel. But you need to have to have that, like it's like a burning passion that you have. It's inside of you, and you know that it's something that burns within you that you just have to do it. You must do it. So that's and try to find out what that is. You can just run down a list of the things that you like and what makes you happy, joyful, and do that. Because I always like, as I said, I always wanted to encourage people, always. As a little child, it's a natural born thing it's innate in me, where that's all I wanted to do. And I get joy from that. I get joy from that. Even helping people, imparting the knowledge. Because we all don't know everything. Well, I'm a lifelong learner. I will never know everything. I don't profess that. But when you know your calling, a true calling, you have that passion. It's a process, remember, but hold on to that passion and do it. Do it with all of your heart and do it with love and do it without any ulterior motives because that's what it's all about. Not having an ulterior motive in order for, well, if I do this, I get that, but just do it because you really love to do it and it's from your heart. Yeah.
I thank you for sharing that, and I so love it the way you share it because you make it sound so easy, and I love that because it is easy. But sometimes we tend to make things complicated, and when something is very easy, we are it's too easy. It can't be like that. It can't be easy.
Mm-hmm.
But the way you
Mm-hmm.
put it, just know your passion, write it down, do what you love to do, it
Mm-hmm.
make it easy, and this is how it should be, really. So I appreciate you and thank you for saying that, because sometimes we are so conditioned, right? When something comes too easy and it seems easy, then we start to wonder, that it's too good to be true kind of thing, and then we kind of ruin it. So finding your passion is not, oh my God, I have to find my passion and I don't know what to do. It really, as you said, it comes naturally, it comes from heart, and you
Mm-hmm.
pursue that
Yep.
and you do that. And you love yourself enough and you respect yourself enough and you give yourself permission to pursue what you really love. This is what you are saying, right? Just do it.
So just do
Just
it.
do it. It's simple, but we love to overcomplicate things, really.
And it
So,
teaches, I think it teaches you to be humble and to be patient while you're waiting on the process. Yeah, I think it does teach you that because it is a process and you have to be patient. So it's teaching me a lot of patience and it teaches me to be humble because, we're only here for a moment. And it's like, and everything we do is all temporal, but we have to make these things count while we're here. It's very important that we do that. Yeah.
that's, that's beautifully put, Dr. Brenda. We are here for a moment. Yeah, that's so true.
Mm-hmm.
So let's make it count. Let's make it
Mm-hmm.
worthwhile, really, and,
Oh,
and make it impactful, right?
mm-hmm.
So, as I mentioned at the beginning when we started this live, I'm again very, very humble and grateful that you said yes to be part of the Woman Rising, the Power of Becoming
Yeah.
anthology, and you are one of the contributing authors. And I would love to be, without sharing the full story, what is in the chapter, right? Because you
Mm-hmm.
guys, the book will be released on the 20th of January. So I would love to invite you to stay tuned because there are some really, really inspiring and powerful stories there. And one of that is Dr. Brenda's. So I would love to ask you what part of your story felt really important for you and you shared it in the book. What is it that you shared in this book, in this chapter?
Wow, it's a lot to go into. Just a brief,
Just briefly.
basically, basically how I'm called, what my calling is, knowing my calling and what I do, and try to know my worth, know my value, and share it to others, bring it out and share it to others. Being a woman after God's own heart, try to be, and share that. Devotionals, scriptures, inspirational pieces. So yeah, you're going to like the book. You're going to actually love the book because we're all in it and we are doing some great things, and you're going to learn a lot, I'm sure, about each and every one of us, including you. And it's going to be great. So you have to tune in on the 20th, and that's when our book launches, and that's going to be great. It's going to be a great process. Yes, it's
Well, thank
just
you.
yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Brenda. Dr. Brenda's chapter is absolutely inspirational and empowering. I read her chapter, so I invite you guys, stay tuned. The release will be on the 20th, as I mentioned. The link to the Amazon will be also released then, right? And I would love to ask you, Dr. Brenda, if a woman is listening now or the replay, right? You said that you know your calling from the beginning, from a very young age. You knew what's your purpose, that you want to teach and inspire many, and that's beautiful. But as I
Mm-hmm.
said, there are many out there they don't know yet. They are in the middle of their becoming, in the middle of this change. What is it that you would want her to know? What is it that you would love to share with those women who are still looking, they are still becoming who they supposed to be, who they want to be?
Well, I think that we're all becoming and, and always evolving, but I'm going to share that they have to know what they love to do. And as I mentioned before earlier, that it's a passion. I consider it and I call it a passion. What do you like to do? And you know what? It's not hard, as you said, because we can sometimes get in our own way, unfortunately. That can happen to all of us. Me too,
Yeah, me too.
overthinking and over processing. It doesn't take all of that. It is basically what you love. Do you love to sing? Do you love to create, act, whatever? What do you love to do? What's in your heart? What do you do? That's all you have to do is just like, what do I like to do? And you list down a few things. I like to do this, I like to do that. And you go for that. Don't overthink it, because overthinking it just makes it complicated. It complicates it for you and for everybody else, because you have to decide what's right for you. I have to decide what's right for me. I cannot decide what's right for you. I could probably suggest some things, but I can't decide it. It's a personal decision that you make for yourself. So when you make this decision, you find out what your passion is, what you just if some people just love to cook. And some people just love to, maybe they do hair or they do makeup or whatever they do. And I always say, do it with your passion. Don't do it looking at, well, if I do this, I get, just do it because you love to do it, and it should come naturally to you. It really should. Anything that you love or you like and you have a passion, that should actually become natural to you. So go back in retrospect, when you were a child, what did you like to do? And if you like to do certain things, then find out what that is now and do it. Don't stand in your own way, and don't let your past create your future. Your past doesn't really create your future. You're really not your past. You are your present. What you are doing now is the thing that counts. So make sure that you follow that passion with a passion. Follow it with your heart. Whatever you feel in your heart. And you just know, it's like you taste it, you breathe it, you sleep it. And that's what you do. Don't get in your own way and overthink things. Well, if I don't, because if we do that, then it's just going to make it complicated. And I don't want to sound redundant, but if we do that, we'll make it complicated. We'll make it hard, which it
Right.
really is not. Do what you love. Just do what you love. What do you love to do? And I say that in a way where, as I said, is like cooking, sewing. Now, I don't like to sew, so that's not what sew, and I can, but I don't like to sew. There's some people, and some people like to do the singing, the acting, the poetry, And it's just great. And you just give your gifts as God gives them to you. Because we all have a gift inside of us. Trust me, we do. Just have to tap into that gift and know what it is, and then go out there and do it. Make it happen. Make it happen. And know your worth, know your value, and make it happen. But do it with passion. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Again, you make it sound so easy, and thank you for that, because the reality is that it is easy. And I agree with you strongly that sometimes we overthink, and when we start to overthink, and when we start to think about, what people will think about me, or well, what, then we start to overcomplicate things, and that's when everything is gonna be all tangled, and then this is how we burn out, this is how we overwhelm
Yeah, you
ourselves.
don't want to burn out. No.
No, we don't want to. I mean,
Mm,
for example, I don't like cooking. I do it, but I don't like it. I like doing what I'm doing right now. That's what I
there
like to
you
do.
go. And you probably love that at a young age. You probably always like to do it, and it just comes naturally to you. People can see that, and it does. It's a natural thing. Yeah.
The other thing also, what I realized that it takes, I don't know how it was for you because you knew from a very young age, and
Hmm.
that's beautiful. But sometimes it really takes courage.
It does.
It does. It takes courage to follow your
Hmm.
heart, to follow your passion, and to do what you love to do, because it might be something completely different than from what everybody else is expecting you to do and
Hmm.
to be.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows better than you what you should could be, right?
Hmm.
But when you want to do something else, your calling is different, then really you have to have, and I think we all have the courage. We just have to tap into that courage, to move forward and say, okay, this is what I love, this is what I would love to do, and to just move with faith on that path, really.
Yeah. And try and just what, make it. It's yours. It's your own. You own it. You own that. So take ownership of what you love to do, and don't try to be like anyone else ever, because you are created fearfully and wonderfully made, and you all are. And you have to understand that we're different.
Yeah.
We do different things. We do it differently. So make sure you don't try, because we're not carbon copies. We're originals. So we don't have to copy off someone else. And remember, what I always say is we complete each other and not compete with each other. It's very, very important that we do not compete with each other, but we complete each other. And that's important as women, as people. Just do it, and don't make it complicated. Be yourself. Don't try to follow or be like anyone else, because it's not going to work for you. It's not going to work for you if you're trying to follow someone else. Follow what you want to do. Yeah, what you like to do.
That's
Mhm.
beautifully said, really, and I appreciate you saying that, because it's really like, when we try to copy, when we try to do what other people do. Everyone, you are not,
Mhm.
if you are listening now or you are going to listen later, always remember you are always where you were supposed to be. You are
Yeah,
not late.
no.
You are not late. You are always there. It's not,
Hmm.
and maybe you look at somebody else, and I always would love to invite don't compare their chapter 10 with your
No.
chapter 1,
Mm.
because it's a difference, it's a process, and everybody has his own rhythm. We move in our own rhythm, some
Hmm.
faster, some slower, and that's
Yeah,
okay. And
yeah.
that's perfectly fine, because that's how
Hmm.
you're supposed to move. This is what how it was written, right? So, one more last question I would love to ask you before we finish today, and I would love to ask you, Dr. Brenda, how your next chapter of becoming is look like, or what's next for you now?
I All I can do is keep having the faith to encourage myself as well as other people. There's nothing like, you know what I mean? Like me, I have everything I need, and there's nothing like major. Like I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do this. But just to keep my faith and keep encouraging, keep reminding myself of who God says that I am. You know, and it's important to know that so that you don't fall by the wayside. Because we can do that if we have so many other people in our ear, and that's very important. I keep out the chaos, keep out the distractions, and But I'd like to continue to do some collaborations. Yes, continue. And I don't know. Uh, doing what I know is my passion. I haven't really thought about it as much, just every day is a daily process. And every day I learn, I continue on Clubhouse. I've been on Clubhouse like for almost 3 years with the ministry
Oh, wow.
there. And it's over 3 years for one. Yeah. So I do that and just enjoy the people. I also mentor women. I have a mentoring session today, and that's over in Africa. And I thank God that I can be here. I don't have to be in Africa, but I can be there virtually. And it's great that I can do these things. And God just leads me to different things. And I'm just grateful for that. I'm not, I don't need a whole lot of stuff. I mean, I have what I want. I'm as retired, and when you have God, you have everything. That's what I believe. So as a Christian, but I just want to empower others to believe in themselves. It's very important as I can, as in other words, we glean and learn from each other. I just said we complete and not compete. So we glean from each other. I'm not always, I heard a saying, you're a sage on the stage, but you could also be a guide on the side. So when you're a sage, I mean you're teaching. Okay, that's fine. But you also the teacher and the mentors and the counselors. We all need help. We all need a mentor. I need a mentor. I need a coach. I need that as well. So so we don't have to be the sage on the stage, that wise person. We need to also be the guide on the side. So when someone needs us, we're there to help them, okay, along the way. And that's what I want to do. I mean, you'll see me in the internet streets.
I know, and I love that, and I love that about you. So it's just let's go with the flow. Let's see what's coming, and then we just go with the flow, and you do what you
Yeah,
love to do, and I appreciate and
mhm,
I love that.
yeah,
So thank you very much for
yeah,
being with
thank you.
here with me today, and also thank you very much you guys for tuning in, for the likes and loves. I really appreciate it. Please do not forget that our book is going to be released on the 20th of January. Tune in, stay. We're gonna share a little bit of a little bit more about that in the next coming days. Thank you so much again for
Thank
being
you.
here, each and
Thank
one of
you.
you. And until our
God
next
bless you.
Truth Runners talk show, I'm sending you lots of love and light, everybody. Thank you. Bye for
God bless
now.
everyone. Be safe, blessed.